And more about. Yes. Right. I think we need to have a little look here, don't we? We'll let a few more people join us, as I said before, and then we'll do an official welcome and introduction to ourselves and what we're going to be doing today. Very excited. So, should we see who first?
Yes.
Are you going to pick one out?
Yes.
Who are you going to pick? We're going to pick. See if we can remember the names. Who have we got first? Who's this?
Archie.
It's Archie. We got Archie. There's Archie, and he makes. What shape does he make? He makes those arch shapes, doesn't he? Those lumps and bumps. Yeah, can you do that with your finger? That's it. Good girl. Brilliant. Okay. So, just making sure we're all okay still. And who have we got here? Who's this?
Lionel.
Lionel. This is Lionel. There's Lionel, and he's a soldier, isn't he?
Yeah.
And he goes up and down, side to side, long straight marks, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Brilliant. And who else have we got here?
Ziggy.
Ziggy. We love Ziggy, don't we?
Yeah.
He's our favourite, Ziggy.
Daddy loves Lionel.
Daddy loves Lionel, apparently, but we love Ziggy, so there we go. And Ziggy makes zigzags, doesn't he? Can you make a zigzag, zigzag, zigzag? Zigzag, zigzag. Brilliant. And the last one, which is the one we're going to be focusing on today, is... Who's this?
Goblin.
Ah, no. Try again.
Swallow.
Swirlo. We're trying really hard to say swirlo. Fantastic. There's Swirlo. Fantastic. So, what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be doing a session called Magical Mixtures. Now, welcome to our session today. My name is Sian. I'm from Little Learners Fair This is my little helper, isn't it? Very excited. Got up very early this morning, which I wasn't expecting. But we're really happy to be here with you. And what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be using our mark making. That's what Little Learners is all about. But through lots of messy play. And we're going to be showing you some different ways you can do that with these things, bits and pieces we've got.
I can't see it.
Can't see it? Well, that's because all these lovely people are making all these lovely comments. Aren't they? All these lovely hearts. They're showing us the love today, aren't they? That's great.
I can't see.
It's okay. We'll carry on. So, what we'll do is we will start with looking at some hand exercises, because today we're going to be really using our hands and our fingers, aren't we?
Yeah.
And again, that's what Little Learners is all about, really developing those fine motor skills, those gross motor skills.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're going to be using our hands. So I've got a few little games we can do that I use in schools as well. And you can all join in at home.
That.
We're going to do that in a minute, but we're going to exercise our hands first. Are you ready?
Yeah.
So the first one is Firework Fist. So what you have to do, you get your hands like this in a little fist, and you have to squeeze them really tight, like this. Oh, that's it, squeeze. And then after 1, 2, 3, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and we go bang, and we make a firework shape. Now that's really important to stretch those fingers if you can, okay? Because that's what we're trying to do. So 1, 2, 3, bang! Rah! Stretch those out, stretch your fingers. Oh, let's try it again. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, bang! Bang! Look at those fireworks. Give them a shake, 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 shake. Shake, 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 shake. Okay, now we're going to do Tickly Spider now, which is great, isn't it? We like Tickly Spider. So you put one arm out like this. Brilliant. And you get your Tickly Spider on the other hand like this. Brilliant. And you're going to make your Tickly Spider go all the way up your arm. And then it's going to tickle around your face. Tickle, 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 tickle. Can you do that? Tickle, 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 tickle. Oh my goodness, tickly, tickly. Let's try the other arm. Are you ready? One arm out. That's it. And we're going to make our spider go all the way up, all the way up, and around your face. Tickle, 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 tickle. Oh my goodness, we've added an extra bounce in there as well. Fantastic. Right, this is our favourite one today. Should we have a go at the rainbow paint?
Yeah.
So what we like to do is we like to pretend that we're going to dip our fingers into some rainbow paint. So let's do that. Everybody dip your fingers. Doesn't have to be rainbow paint. It could be melted chocolate. It could be marshmallow. It could be anything you fancy that you'd like to dip your fingers in. Now, what we're going to do now is we're going to stretch those fingers again, but we're going to flick the paint over everybody in the room and on the ceiling. It might get a bit messy. Okay, are you ready? So dip those fingers in. Everybody ready? Now, try not to get it in my eyes, okay? Because it does go in your eyes a little bit. We've got to be careful. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, and flick! Flick, flick, flick. Oh! 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 Oh my goodness, I'm covered! Wash, 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 wash. Wash your beard, wash your beard. That's it, brilliant. Fantastic. Right, you come here then, and you can come and help me with the next bit. Now, we've washed ourselves off. We're going to use one last little activity with our finger. Get your finger ready. And it's going to be like a little magical wand, because we are doing magic today. Okay. And we're going to use that finger, and we're going to make some very small, tiny circles for Swirlo. Because Swirlo, as we know, makes tiny little, makes swirls and circles. And then they're going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And bigger and bigger and bigger. And they're going to get really huge now. Really, really massive. Wow, look at that. Oh my goodness. They're huge circles. Oh, give your hands a shake. And give your hands a clap. Yay, we did a good job. Now, looking at Swirlo again. Here's our lovely Swirlo. Swirlo has got... So Swirlo is a magical pot. And what we're going to do today is we're going to have a little look at making some soup with the Swirlo pot. So here we go. Here's our little Swirlo pot, okay? And you're going to mix the soup, aren't you, in our Swirlo pot. So when we're doing that, we're making those really big movements with our arms, okay?
No.
And our hands. Are you ready? Do you think we can do it? So we'll do that bit in a minute, shall we? We'll do this first, okay? So I'm going to sing a little song while we're doing that, and try and, you can probably pick it up. It's quite an easy song that I've made up, but you're very welcome to join us, and we'll have a go at swirling the pot. Are you ready? Stir the soup and make a circle, make a circle, make a circle. Swirl the soup and make a circle, just like Swirlo. Should we go the other way now? Are you ready? Arm the other one. Are you ready? Swirl the soup and make a circle, make a circle, make a circle. Stir the soup and make a circle, just like Swirlo. That was brilliant, everybody. Clap. Thank you so much. And you did a great job. Now, what we can also do to practice those big movements and those little movements with our Swirlo mark is to use some ribbons and scarves. Now, if you don't have any ribbons and scarves, you can use a tea towel, you can use a t-shirt, anything that will float around in the air when you move it. Okay, so we'll do what we do in classes, which is really good fun. We make some really big circle movements. So can you do that first? Oh, yes, thank you. Oh, brilliant. Can you make them really big? Oh my goodness, that's big. And can you go around the other way as well? Can you do the other way? Oh, we're bashing into each other, aren't we? Fantastic. And then I think this is our favourite bit. We need to go really, really fast. Really, really fast. Go, 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 go. Fast, 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 fast. I can see you go fast as well. Fantastic. And can we go very slow? Can you go very slow? Oh, that's so slow. Fantastic. How slow can you go? Brilliant. Let's give ourselves a big clap. Yay! Really good at that. Yeah, we were fab. You're itching to get started, aren't you? Shall we get started? Now, what we're going to do today, as I said, if you sit there and I'll pop all the things on the tray for you.
Yeah.
We're going to be using natural materials today. Now, if you haven't got exactly the same, it really doesn't matter. We're also looking at an alternative version of things that you can use from your kitchen cupboard, things that you don't want to use or you've got lots of. So yes, we're going to do a natural version, and then we're going to also look at other ways that you can adapt it as well. We're also going to look at ideas for older children and things that you might want to do home learning based to really use this as a creative activity to get the children thinking about what they're doing. So we're going to leave it in the pot for now, but we've got some clean compost here. Okay. We've also got some little twigs. We collected these yesterday, didn't we, on our walk? And we've got a nice big shell. We've got some blossom here. Now, our blossom trees are gorgeous. They only last a week and then it all drops off. So we had lots to pick up from the garden, didn't we? Which were very nice. And then on our walk we collected some lovely leaves, some extra twigs and extra bits and pieces there as well. But it was great fun looking for them, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And we found heart-shaped leaves. We found all sorts of beautiful things out there.
Mummy,
Oh yeah, you're absolutely right. I forgot the stones. There's the little stones or pebbles. Okay. And then we also got some nice straight sticks to do some mixing with, do our mixing with. You don't have to obviously use these things. As I say, you can use whatever you've got at home. but we've also got a few extra tools here. So we've got some tongs, which are great for getting those hand muscles moving. You like those, don't you? We've got some spatulas, we've got some brushes, so anything that you can find that you've got that's old that you don't mind getting muddy or messy. We've got a nice spatula there. I think a lot of this I used from my old caravan that I had, and we bought a set of things and then I've just reused it for this, so it's recycling. We've got our sand toys as well. Some spoons. She loves the little spoons. She likes to use the little teaspoons for mixing things. We've also got a cone as well. Some little scoops as well. These are just from cleaning detergent, these ones. So great. We've got loads of tools, loads of things to use. And here is our bowl. Now, the thing is, we thought we could just pop it all in, but do you know what? I've got a really, which is what she's about to do. I've also got a really good idea that you might want to use. We thought we could make this more fun by using a game. Would you like to see my game? If you stop there, because this is needed for the game. So what you do is you can make a dice. Now what you can do is, I've used a old baby toy there, just one of those cubes that you can get, or you can make one from a little cardboard box. And what we're going to do is, on these dice, we are going to pop on here the instructions. Yeah, this isn't what we practice, but never mind, we'll go with it. So you can pop the instructions on here for how we're going to put the things in. So on this little dice I've got here, I'll tell you what, should we use the tools in a minute?
Yes.
Yeah. On this little dice here, I've got things like a pinch of, or a spoon of, or a sprinkle of, a small scoop of, a cup of. So it shows you different ways that you can determine how much you're going to put into your mixture. Okay, now you could just plop it all in, like we've done here, absolutely fine. Or you could use something like this as well. So, yeah, she's just going for it. It's all going in, that's it, it's done. But it really doesn't matter, because little ones do like to just do that and get it all in there. So you could use a little dice if they're slightly older. So you'd throw the dice. So should we throw the dice? And what we'll do is, we'll just show how it would work if we had all our ingredients still.
All messy.
Oh, well, that's fine, isn't it? Because we love mess. So do you want to throw my dice like that and see what it lands on?
Yeah.
Go on then. Oh my goodness, that was a big throw. Sorry about that, if I made anybody jump. We weren't expecting that either. So, here we go. It landed on a pinch of. Now, in this lovely mixture we have got something very special to add. We have got some magical glitter. Now, I'm a true believer in glitter. I love it. I know some people can't stand it, but we love it, don't we? So we're going to do a sprinkle. Shall I open it for you? Yeah. And what we'll do is we'll pop it in a little, if I can open it. Dear, it's not opening.
Sprinkle in there.
We'll do a little sprinkle. There we go. A sprinkle of it. If I pop it in a pot like this, and then you can use your fingers, because we want to use our fingers, don't we? That's it. Pinch, and obviously using that motion is really going to help those fine motor skills as well. Pinch, oh, that looks beautiful. And you can't probably see this right now because it has all just been popped in there all together, but we will show you in a minute. Now, if you don't want to get lots of water involved, that's beautiful. Do you need any more?
No.
That's fine. Okay. Now, if you don't want too much water involved, you can do things like this. Now, this is just a little spray bottle that they can use. A great little lever there to get those finger muscles moving as well. Oh, thank you. Very independent, you will find this. Right, there we go then. In we go. Do you want to do a few more squirts?
Yeah.
And then mix it. That's brilliant. Which is really, you can see it's actually taking quite a lot of strength to push that in. But you're doing a great job. Bit more. Lovely. So should we show our mixture at the moment? So there we go. I don't know if you can see that, but that's all just been popped in there. So we're now going to mix, aren't we? Now what tool would you like to mix with? Would you like a stick, or would you like a spade? What would you like? You're going to use that. Okay. So as as you can see, it's going everywhere, but that's absolutely fine. If you haven't got one of these trays, it really doesn't matter. You can just pop some old towels down, some blankets down, anything you've got that you don't mind getting messy. If you want to do it indoors, if you want to do it outside, obviously it's not that much of an issue. A bit more, brilliant. So she's just going to add in as much there as she would like. Okay, now while she's doing that, I'll show you another idea for the dice. If you don't want to do it quite like this, what you can do is you can make your own net of the dice, or you could use one of these blocks again. But what I did was I put paper all around it, laminated it, or I stiff backed it blank, so that you can then use a whiteboard pen to write on there different ideas. So as I said earlier, I think we're actually looking at colours at the moment. We're trying to learn our colours.
Doing that?
Yeah, I'm doing it. I'm just talking about this. You carry on. You're doing a good job. So if we wanted her to learn some colours and want to focus on the colours, what we could do is write on there, can you add 2 red things, or can you add 3 green things? So we would then focus on it would be focused on what we want to get out of it. If you wanted to do objects, so if you wanted her to add certain objects to it, you could write that on there. It would wipe off, as this one will, it will wipe off, and you can reuse it for other things as well, which is really good. And older children love making stuff like this. This is like, especially if it's from a net or from a cardboard box that we've turned inside out like on the other one. It's a great idea to make something a bit more fun, a bit more game-like, because children are more willing to do things if it's called a game. It's a little tip for you I've learned over the years. So yes. Well, do you know what? That is a fantastic mixture, and we could do a lot more with that. We could put some dinosaurs in, couldn't we? Do you want to put some dinosaurs in? Should we pop it on a tray and show everybody what our mixture looks like? Nice, and here we go. So she's mixed that up very nicely. It's a nice... Oh, it's very beautiful. Let's show everybody. Oh, look at that. Isn't that lovely? Doesn't that look yummy? Wow. So you could pop some dinosaurs in there and hide them in amongst, and she could then use the tools to find. You're going to put them in for me? Yeah? You could put them inside and underneath in the mixture. Brilliant. And then she could use things like the tongs to pick them out. You could get them to pick out the things with the tongs. You could also use the brush to scrape the mixture away if you had a picture underneath, and that you could reveal the picture by scraping the mixture away. Okay, you're loving those tongs, aren't you? You could scoop the dinosaurs out, or you could scoop it into cupcake cases. We've run out at the moment because we've done lots of baking, but that's okay, you don't have to. So you could use little cupcake cases as well. Now, do you know what we're going to do now? I've got something else that's very exciting. An alternative to all of this, I've got a very wet tray now, which is fun. An alternative to all of this is to use things in the kitchen cupboard, as I said. Now you could make it an edible one, so you'd obviously make sure you've got clean hands. We haven't at the moment, so we're not going to eat anything, but normally we'd make sure we've got clean hands. Silly mummy. So here we go. Now we have got lots of things here that, as I say, have been either rejected, she doesn't want to eat them, so we're going to use them in our mixture, or things that have just been hanging around in the cupboard that we can use. So are you ready? So we've got our mixing bowl. Now we've got today, again, you don't have to have these ingredients, you can have anything in your cupboard. We've got some sponge mix, which we're going to add some water to. Hang on a minute. Okay, and we're going to add that water to. Now water I've got is just... Yeah, I don't know if you can see it, just in these little bottles, and I've just popped some food colouring in to make it a bit more exciting and interesting.
Put it in.
Yeah, pop it in, good idea. Okay, brilliant. And that's going to be like our base of our soup or our mixture. Okay, yes, thank you. And you're going to pour that really carefully in. See if you can. Oh, look at that. That's looking lovely. And so that's made it a nice little colour as well. And then we've got some blue here. Do you want to try some blue? Okay. As I say, very independent, yes, as any 2-year-old is. And then, oh lovely, that's looking very yummy. And then we've also got some of these ricicles, oh, thank you, the chocolate version. Now, as you know, once they're in liquid, they start making a noise. So it's really good sensory idea as well, to get foods in there that will make a noise. Okay. Now you know what this is, don't you? What's this? This is something very exciting. Should I take it off? I'm going to do it. I've actually got a little pot of chocolate sauce here. Okay, thank you very much. Yes. Now you might need a little tool to get that in there. Would you like a little spoon? There we go. That's a nice spoon. So again, getting her to use the tools to scoop things out and move things around. We'll add that in there, and we could have used our dice again, our die there, but we've decided to just pop it all in. That's fine. We go with the flow. If you know this little person here, that's what we do. And we've also got some lemon juice here, just some Jif lemon juice. So do you want to pop that in? Don't get this in your eyes though, because it won't be nice. There we go, squeeze. And that's again a really good squeezing thing we can do there, getting those fingers moving. Oh, it smells lovely. So we've got the sound there with the ricicles, we've got the smell. In a minute we'll have the texture, because you'll be feeling it. And, oh, you're going to love this. Now, rainbow drops. Oh, Mummy used to love these when she was little. I used to eat lots and lots of these. So, the rainbow drops makes it even more magical. I don't know if you can see that.
No.
Oh, I know what we need to do. We need to mix it up. Are you ready to mix? What are you going to use to mix? You're going to add some more lemon in. So you can use any of the tools, as I say. You could go back to the natural materials as well and use those to add in as well. You could just get it all together. And make a lovely big mixture, magical mixture, couldn't you? That's super. That's going to be very lemony. If we did try this, I think it would be a bit of a shock to the system, wouldn't it? But there we go. That's great. That sounds fab. Right, which one are you going to mix it with? Oh, we're still mixing. Okay. Right, it's going to be lovely. It's so colourful, actually. Looking at the rainbow drops and the food colouring water. It's really, really special looking. So another alternative to that, what you could do is you could pop it all in here, or you could use it on a big tray, or you could use a washing up bowl, a new clean cat litter bowl. Cat litter tray is fab as well, because it's got nice deep edges. Paddling pool, it's all sorts of ways that you can sort of do this and it will clean out easily. Should we mix it up? You're going to mix it with a brush or spatula, or what would you like to use? We've got some cleaner ones here. Should we use this one? As we're not going to eat it today, it doesn't matter if she does use that. And then obviously I'd suggest not mixing up your mud tools with your food.
Mummy mix it.
And actually, should we listen? Don't know if you can hear that. I might just pop it here. Oh, it's gone a lovely greeny colour. Look at that. But it's actually crackling with the ricicles in there as well, which is fab. And all those raindrops. Now, this is beautiful. I'm not quite sure what we're going to do with this, but
we finished.
We finished now. Well, I was just going to talk about one last little thing. You could, as I say, hide lots of things in your mixtures. We've just got some foam letters. We use these in classes, and we've got some other website and things like that you might want to use. You can get these quite easily, and great if you've got a little one that's started to learn letter sounds. So we can hide these in, and then she can try and find them or scoop them out with a scoop. Do you want to scoop them out? Yeah, so let's hide them in there. Get them all in there. Oh, actually, it smells really nice with all that lemon in there. And see, you've got one. You've got a good sound. G, g, g. Can you say that? G, g,
I
g.
don't.
You don't want to say. Okay, fair enough. An alternative.
More lemon.
You like the lemon in, do you? An alternative to your dice idea, if you don't want to do a dice as well, which I forgot to say earlier, is little cards. So I've just got my little rainbow bag here. Very proud of my rainbow bag. I keep popping it out in all my videos. So. And these little cards here, again, as I said, if you're learning letter sounds with your little one, you just pop some simple words of the materials that we had. So we had possibly sand, pebbles, twigs. They can sound them out, and that will really help with their reading and their sounding out as well. And again, it's just bits of card with words written on, nice and simple to make. Anyone can do it, and you know, really good fun making it into more of a game again. As I say, that's the key. Make it into a game. One more thing, I've got to show you. Will you help me with this one? Will you help me? So I'll pop that one to the side. This is another idea that we could use indoors. Is Lily okay? Is she joining in? If you don't want to get too much of a mess going on indoors, you can use toys. And you can make a soup with toys. So as I said earlier, we're looking at colours, aren't we, at the moment? So I might ask my little helper to find some red toys to put in, or some toys with straight edges to put in. So looking at shape as well. I could, with all of these things, really focus on capacity, filling up pots. How many small pots will go into the large pot? How many of these do we need to fill up this one for your older children? You could use all sorts of different toys, couldn't you, that you've just got around the house, or objects that you don't mind them playing with. You could look at size and shape and colour.
More lemon.
More lemon. We like the lemon, don't we? We're going to have to get some more, aren't we? That's brilliant. Is it going to go in that one? Okay. So yeah, and again, she's really, you can see, she's really squeezing that little bottle there. It's really good for those finger muscles. So yeah, so there's so much you can do with this. It's not just a make the mixture and it's done. You can do so much, you can add so much, you can talk about so much. There's a lot of language opportunities here. And for older children, again, you could really get some...
Here that I want.
Oh, okay. You could really get some writing opportunities in that...
No, you're here. There's a lid.
Okay.
Right.
Right.
We got...
The writing opportunities. So yeah, they could, if you've got older children that are trying to write at length or trying to write a little bit more, you could get them to write the recipe or write instructions, or write a little story about what happens if, say, Swirlo the character had the mixture, what would happen to her if she drank it, what would happen, what would change, what adventures would she go on. So yeah, we found some more. We found some herbs here as well. I did say about herbs, so you can add your herbs in, which will make it smell lovely as well. So yeah, so you can do that. You could write the story, as I say. You can change the direction of what you want them to focus on by adding in different bits and pieces. So it really is something that is such a fab thing to do. We've got our little mud kitchen outside in our garden, but if you haven't got a garden, it really doesn't matter. All you need is some old pots and pans. I didn't actually use these in the end because it all went in one, but you could use a nice little colander to really separate out the mixture again if you had a wet mixture. As I say, pots and pans, frying pans, anything that you don't mind using, baking trays, and we just keep them in a box, don't we, outside, and then we just go out, collect up some bits to go in our mixture, which is a great idea for the walk as well at the moment that everyone's probably trying to do. And yeah, and it's fab. So there's so much that you can get out of it, and hopefully I've given you some ideas there as well that you can sort of add on and really adapt it for your children and what their interests are, and have great fun with it. So there we go. So I think that's everything. Just having a quick look. I think that's everything. Thank you so much for joining us. We hope you've enjoyed it. We hope that you've had fun. Please don't forget to have a look at the timetable for the rest of the week and the following weeks, as we're all at home a lot more at the moment. And tomorrow it will be Kate. She'll be looking at some transport mark making as well. So that looks absolutely fab. Please join her for that. And it's been great to see you. Please leave comments, any questions, anything you'd like to know more about, and I will get back to you. But thank you, and we shall see you soon. Should we say goodbye to everybody?
No.
Oh no, you don't want to say goodbye?
No.
Oh, that's... Oh, well, we can carry on. Shall we carry on? And I'm sure people at home will carry on with their mixtures.
Yes.
Okay. All right. And we'll let you get on with your day and your mixtures, but thank you very much for joining us. And we'll see you later. Bye.